For Malcolm Leonard, the path to homelessness was gradual.
And what made me homeless in the first place was gambling. Proper gambling, and I lost everything basically.
And what followed were years of living in a tent, outdoors, all year round.
The biggest challenges was when I was going back to my tent on a night, finding it, somebody's pinched it all, or slashed it all, or burnt it to the ground, which happened about 8 times when I was in Saltburn.
But aid groups say getting people into stable housing in the English town of Middlesbrough requires far more than simply putting a roof over their head.
So the current safety net of the welfare state and social care has some quite big holes in it. And so what we need is a very fine weave safety net to stop people falling through those holes, and then good quality, affordable housing that they can stay in.
Middlesbrough is just one example of a place that's facing these kinds of challenges here in England. And that's in part due to the deeply disproportionately high levels of issues such as complex health conditions, addiction and domestic abuse that make people here vulnerable to homelessness. At least 134,000 households are living in temporary accommodation, while more than 7,500 people are sleeping rough each month. But rough sleeping, homelessness without accommodation, is just the most visible part. Behind the figures lie housing shortages, rising rents, and the cost of living. These pressures can leave thousands of people at risk of losing their homes and the stability that comes with it. Former Middlesbrough Mayor Andy Preston says the answer lies in changing how public money in England is spent.
Right now we spend over £4 billion a year on emergency hostels, crummy B&Bs and dreadful flats above shops. These are terrible, they bring people down, they don't solve the problem, they just manage it temporarily. And what we need to do is use that money every year to build simple but very decent modular accommodation that can be erected quickly across every borough. We can do that.
Ending rough sleeping was one of Andy Burnham's first pledges as Prime Minister. But as places like Middlesbrough show, that will mean confronting the causes that lead people there in the first place. Sonia Gallego, Al Jazeera, Middlesbrough, UK.